Welcome back to Marvel Puzzle Quest with me, P.I. McLeod. And what are we doing today? Nothing much. Just kind of catching up on one small little thing and taking a look at Gertrude Yorks. I think I'm pronouncing the Yorks part right. Before I look at her skills, I just want to denote that she looks a lot different than her cover. Doesn't she? It's just me? If you look at her profile there compared to there, I don't know. There's a little bit of difference. Anyways. So, seems different. Seems like she has abilities that complement Nico and Carolina, which makes sense because she's a runaway. So she has a defensive ability, so an ally would take at least 10% of the current health and damage, create a countdown tile that deals damage back. You know, and improve friendly tile by blah. It's okay. They do 10% of their current health and damage. Now, being a 4-star character, that's not hard to do. A lot of people nowadays pack a 5-star character, even if they have mostly 4-star peoples, because a 5-star match damage is just so good, right? So getting 10% of let's say 20,000 health in, which is a 2,000 hit, that's not that hard to do. Now, if we're talking one of the newer 5-stars that has 60 or 70,000 health, 10% of that is 6,000 or 7,000. It's kind of common, if you're using Shang-Chi all the time, or, if just using certain heavy hitters like Apocalypse, Beta Ray Bill. But, if you're not doing a heavy match damage thing or constant, Okoye use, who am I kidding? This basically will be an effect against any meta team. But here's the problem. She's a 4-star. She's not going to live long enough to get these countdowns off. The only nice thing is you can see that when Gertrude or an ally is going to take that much damage, it creates a 1-turn yellow countdown. So I could see this being triggered often, and that might be fun. Especially since those are countdowns, that means Drax or any other countdown tile abusers will come into play. Abigail Brand, obviously Hawkeye, or you get the point. If you abuse a countdown stuff, this might come into play because that 1-turn yellow countdown going down could be really fun. Heck, even go back to 4-star Captain Marvel. You can really improve a lot of tiles real fast with this and Captain Marvel's passive. But I mean, that's just a shtick. I wouldn't bank everything on it. This is only trap tiles. You, for 7 purple, get to make 5 basic tiles become trap tiles. If they're matched or destroyed by the enemy, not yourself, only matched or destroyed by the enemy, they deal damage plus more damage if there's another runaway. I think this is probably one of her weakest abilities. I like the idea of trap tiles, I really do, but the fact that traps can be overwritten by anything else, you can make passive, strike, attack, protect tiles, countdowns, anything can overwrite them and they're gone, and that's not matched, that's not destroyed. Not to mention you can match or destroy them and they would do nothing as well. This is probably the weak link of her abilities. Other than that, I mean, it's nice and cheap. It's only 7 purple. You can get 5 tiles out there for it. But I don't think there's a lot there that you could really abuse. I mean, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. And then there's this. This is straightforward. It's just straight up damage, plus damage for every each strike, protect, attack you have combined. You have more of than the enemy. Then create 3 more at level 5. But it's not that big of a deal. I mean, the numbers are obviously going to be higher at higher levels, but it's just straight damage with more damage, and it has a cap on it, and then creating more strike tiles. It's nice. I feel like this is the thing that makes her different. Every character has something that makes them stand out in some way, and that's what this is right here. You have like a 4-star Deadpool-esque counter hit ability that doesn't really care who you're hitting. It doesn't care if it hits her or anyone else on your team. It's going to go off. It's going to make countdowns. And then you can abuse those countdowns with other people on your team that will also abuse countdowns. Once again, 5-star Hawkeye. If you want to do some more damage with Drax, or you get the point. Just take a look at your roster, see who has the passive abilities that do stuff when countdowns hit 0. If you're going to take hits real early, you could get bonuses real early. That's just what I'm seeing. It's still probably not meta, but it's something to look at. I remember an early bishop that would get blue AP for just existing on the team. He would take hits because everything pretty much triggered him. He would gain a bunch of blue AP real quick, and he would stun the heck out of the enemy. This is kind of giving me some vibes here, because it's not hard to do 10% of someone's damage, or someone's health in damage, create countdowns, and since one turn countdown that's created on the enemy's turn, it means it's going off on your second turn of the game. So I don't know. I'm just theorizing here. I could be wrong. I could be way off base, and if I am, great. You can feel free to ignore this stuff, but I'm going to keep my eye on it, because if you've known anything about me from any of these videos, I like to play around with weird and odd builds. Anyways, that's it for Gertrude. What am I here for really today? Well, that's coming up like in a day or so, right? We won't be doing that right away. I usually like to let it sit and fester for a bit. I mean, day 1's kind of boring. Let's get to it. Day 2 is where all the money's at. No, we're just here for a good old Deadpool daily. Crash the Titans. I got to get this in. We only got like maybe a day left before it goes away. And that's a free legendary token in my book. We don't do that. We don't let those go. Against 3-star Gamora. 444. So this is kind of... She's not really maxed out, but she is over leveled for being a 3-star character. When she came out, she wasn't really hitting home runs either. I mean, the only thing really notable about her when she came out was like, oh god, her red costs only 5? That's cheap. That's cheap damage you could repeat pretty easily. And then her green, oh man, you can stun 2 people on the enemy team with 1 move. That's neat, but that's all it really was. You didn't really have much else to talk about in this character. I mean, the black makes a bunch of strike tiles, but it takes a lot of AP to do it. So it's just kind of, I don't want to say ho-hum, but it existed. To this day, it's still not the greatest thing ever, but you do have a character that's only 3-star, and it can stun 2 people with a green move, which green stuns aren't that common. So, take it for what it's worth. Let's see who we get to go up against her with. 4-star Star-Lord. Now, when he came out, it was a little different story. I'm not saying he was big and broken, but he was the only one with such an ability as this yellow passive. So when the enemy uses the power, you get this countdown tile up there that says, hey, some of your powers are cheaper. Now, you could have it at level 3 like I have it right now, where your red, yellow, blue, green power costs are reduced by 2. Or you could just throw all in, and your red, yellow, blue, green, and purple power costs are reduced by 2. You also get extra AP when the tiles expire. So, it's not like this was game-breaking, but it made you think about when you were going to cast an ability. Like, oh shoot, Star-Lord's going to put that thing down. And now, oh boy, here we go. Now the thing has a cheaper red clobber in time hit that's going to stun me back with a bunch of damage linked to it. Or you get the point. Doctor Strange's blue is cheaper now, and that's going to stun me for a while. So an enemy Star-Lord always made you think a little bit about when you're going to cast your abilities. But that's about it. I think that kind of all went by the wayside when Peggy was introduced, because Peggy went in and just made it so you weren't going to cast your abilities for a while. So anyways, but he can be still fun. Can be. His red is pretty good damage for a 4-star. It's cheap at 8, but remember, it could be 6 if you have that yellow passive out. And it deals pretty decent damage. Look at that, 4,211 plus an additional 1,800 almost for each friendly countdown up to 6. There's a cap, of course, but still 6 red AP for all that damage. That's not bad at all. And you need countdowns out there, right? Well, these yellows are countdowns. And what are these? Oh, the sleight of hand for 10 purple, or 8 if you put that yellow at 5, can make 3 more 2-turn countdown tiles. So you can definitely, he can do all the work himself. He doesn't need someone to help him, but obviously it's always fun to have someone help him. You look at Drax, who feeds off of countdown tiles. That's always a big player right there. Mantis loves countdown tiles. You get the point. There's some of the Guardians actually help him out with some of this stuff. Well, let's get rid of these boosts, and without further ado, let's go take care of Gamora ourselves. We don't need Thanos to do this, right? We'll do it ourselves. Oh, what? We need animations, don't we? It's a one-on-one. Of course we do. So I'm going to get enough red to punch her. Because, I mean, let's just call it what it is. And now, I want some purple. I really want some purple. I don't really need the yellow. I need that purple, though. Guess I'll do this. See, right now, I don't mind if she grabs the red. Because that'll make her use her ability, right? If she gets enough red to throw out her red ability, then that's going to make me get my passive yellow out there. So now my moves will be 2 cheaper, which means that my 6 red will be enough to knock her out. But I want to get enough purple that I can just to, like, you know, put out a couple extra countdowns, make it worth my while. I'm supposed to take the red. I'm leaving the red for you, Gamora. Come on. There's more than enough red for you right there. In fact, it's all I can see. Well, shoot. I'm trying to leave the red for her. I'll do this. That'll give me purple. She can get red. There we go. Okay, there's your red. Cool. Perfect. So now we play the waiting game. Come on. Let's see. Where am I going to do this? Right here. There you go. Wham! Ouch. That really hurt, Gamora. Wait. I have... Don't you dare match that away. There you go. Okay, so that's 1 countdown out there. My red is now cost 6. So let's do a sleight of hand. We're just going to put this right here. I don't know. Right there. And right over there. Just out of reach. Okay. So now we got 4 countdowns out there. So that's 4,211 plus 1,800 times 4. Let's just punch her and find out, right? Bam. Yeah, I think 11,000 damage is worth 6 red AP. Hey, Red, how you doing, man? Speaking of Red, we just clocked her with Red. This will be shorter vid, unfortunately, today, Red. I'm just catching up on a Crash of the Titans. Talked about Gertrude earlier. And what her possible uses will be. But beyond that, that's about it. I'm waiting for Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. to start for her, and I'll... Not tomorrow, because tomorrow's day 1 of her Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. But the day after... will be on day 2, which means I can run day 1 and day 2, ending it on, what is it, Riri, Mockingbird, and Decoy, if I remember correctly. So we can hit that up all in one video. Yeah, can't wait for her. Are you a Runaway fan? Well, in either case, that's really about it right there. I got, that's a, oh, watched the show but didn't read the comic. Gotcha. I didn't read the comic either. I didn't even watch the show. I kind of wanted to, but, side note about me, I don't make a lot of time for TV. I barely get enough time to watch some of the movies. But, I learned a lot from this game, so needless to say, when I saw Doctor Strange's new trailer and I see that denim jacket with the star in the back, like, oh, I know that's America Chavez. Thanks, Marvel Puzzle Quest. So that's where I get my knowledge from, I guess, nowadays. Anyways, that's about it. I'm done. I got my legendary token. I'm going to check out of here. Probably go grind in some Elden Ring for a little bit, because why not? Thanks for tuning in, Red, and I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.